Welcome everybody. Thanks so much for those of you that are live and online with us tonight. It's always exciting to have beautiful faces to be chatting to. And if you're watching this as a recording, welcome to you as well. So for those of you on the line and for those of you watching the recording, in case we haven't met before, my name is Amy Harrison. I've been part of the Arbonne business now, oh my goodness, 3.5, almost 4 years. I don't know where the time went. And I'm super excited to be here tonight along with my beautiful friend and colleague, Victoria Mollison. And we're just going to share with you a little bit about Arbonne and what it is that we offer and why we're so passionate about this beautiful business. I guess to start with a little bit about me, to put it all into context. So as I said, I've been part of the Arbonne business now for about 3.5 years. When in a previous life, so prior to Arbonne, I was actually a senior retail manager. So I worked with big organisations, Myer, businesses like that, in senior leadership. And to be honest with you, I understood that as much as I loved that work and I loved the fact that I got to impact lots of people, really what I didn't love about it was the hours that I needed to work to achieve the roles that I was in. So even prior to my beautiful boys coming along, and I've got 2 boys now, I really understood that I wanted to find something where I could still use my passions and still use my skills, but in a way that didn't take and detract away so much from my family. And I'm ever so grateful that Arbonne came into my life. What Arbonne has created for me, not only financially, but much more importantly to me, really is from a lifestyle perspective. I will be forever grateful that it came into my world. It certainly has allowed me to earn a really good solid income, but I can be there for my family, and that for me is by far the most important thing. And something that I have no doubt that by the end of tonight, if you haven't already chatted with me about it before, you'll get a real sense of what I am most passionate about, is being able to share this business opportunity with as many people that want to listen, to see whether or not it might be a fit for them, to allow them to have the sort of choice in their life that I now have. So sit back, relax, have your cup of tea, your glass of wine, whatever your poison is. I'm just drinking water, because if you put me on wine, we're going to be here all night. I've got a PowerPoint to keep me on track, so hopefully that means we won't be chatting forever. And we want to get through this presentation in a timely way, but really give you a taste of what Arbonne is and why we're so passionate to share it. So here we go. Discovering Arbonne. So I don't know anybody, genuinely anybody, who wouldn't like more of these things in their life. We all want more time to do what we want to do. We all want more money. And I think particularly as women, but I think a lot of guys too, we all want more meaning in our lives. Why are we doing what we're doing? And what we really are so passionate about sharing Arbonne for is it actually offers people an opportunity to have more of what they want in their lives. And we actually talk about the fact that by starting an Arbonne business, it gives you the capacity to what we call future-proof your life. Now, future-proofing is something that I'm really passionate about and that I didn't necessarily have much insight into before joining Arbonne and becoming part of the Arbonne business. But it really is getting to a point where we have the capacity to impact our own personal economy. I think you'll all agree, in the last little while, the world continues to change. Lots of people losing their jobs, lots of people having their hours cut, all of those sorts of things. And why I'm really passionate about my Arbonne business and sharing this business opportunity with other people is we actually have a capacity to personally be able to impact that. We can really write our own paychecks. We can make a choice to put more into our business in the knowledge we'll get more back. And no one can take the business away from me. No one can cut my hours or make me redundant, because it's my business. And lots of us feel very passionately about the fact we've got the capacity to impact that. And our economies, it's just not what it was 5 years ago. There's no such thing as job security. Lots of people are being impacted by that. So what Arbonne genuinely allows people to do is to build something alongside of what they're already doing. The vast majority of people that start an Arbonne business are already doing something else. Now, that doing something else might be they have another business, might be working full-time or part-time, studying, having little ones. We're all super busy, yeah? Like I, of all people, get the concept of being really busy. But what Arbonne allows us to do in a really time-effective way is to create something alongside of what it is we're already doing that can create an income stream that can absolutely support us in the times of our life when we need it most, and ultimately can allow us to have more choices moving forward. I didn't realise in my previous working life how little choice I had. I couldn't take holidays. I never had 2 days off in a row. I never had Christmas off, none of those things. Whereas now I've got the freedom and flexibility to work when I choose to work. And that is such a gift, and the gift that I love to be able to share with others. So future-proofing is really about creating a little more certainty in our world. It's about a range of things. It's about taking care of ourselves physically. Now, for those who haven't met before, I am not 6'1" and a size 6, I can assure you, but I do take the time to take care of myself, both mind and body, because our health is our greatest leveler. If we don't take care of ourselves, it doesn't matter how much time and money we've got. We're no good to anybody if we're not well. So we very much encourage that within our Arbonne businesses. We also very much encourage personal development, learning and growing. You know, if we're not growing, we're dying. If we're not learning new things, we're not green. And we're really passionate about becoming the best version of ourselves within this business structure, which is really awesome. And of course, the big one for me, one of the really big ones for me, I remember when I was first considering this business, someone said to me, if you keep doing now what you're doing, where will you be in 5 years? And I don't know about you, but that made me take a really big deep breath, and I didn't feel good about where I was likely to be in 5 years, because we were doing okay, but we were never going to get ahead at the pace that we were working. It just wasn't going to happen. And, you know, the other one was, if the money stopped today, if the main income stopped today in your household, how long could you sustain your lifestyle for? So how much future-proof, how much savings have you got? I was a bit like, savings? What are they? You know, not very long, I can assure you. Maybe, I don't know, a week. So that for me, all giggles aside, I had a real look in the mirror and went, okay, you've been handed something here that can change those things for you. What are you going to do, eh? Are you going to grab it and give it a go? Or are you going to get back in your box and just hope by some miracle something changes? And I was smart enough to understand that nothing was going to change unless I was willing to change myself. So that's, I guess, in a nutshell, what Arbonne's offered me and what it has offered so many others as well, which is super exciting, I think. So we talk about a plan B, and this really goes into what I just covered off there, I suppose. It's really thinking about, if our income stopped today, then what? I think we would all agree, don't even have a show of hands, but internally you can put your hand up on the inside, we've all had a curveball in our life. We've all lost a job, had a partner lose a job, have a relationship break up, have a family member become ill, and as a result we can't work at the pace we would like to work. And the most amazing thing about Arbonne is that can continue to support us through these times. And I personally, and have certainly been surrounded by many beautiful women and men, but predominantly women in this business, that Arbonne has really been a saviour in those times, to still have an income coming through even when we're not physically able to be in a workplace. That's pretty extraordinary, and there's not many more opportunities that can offer that. There's some information up on the slide there, and you guys are all able to look at that. It does cover off a lot of things that I've just been chatting about, but it really is about understanding that building a network marketing business, and of course our advice would be build an Arbonne business for a whole gamut of reasons, which we're going to cover through this presentation, really does help you prepare for financial impact. It really can get us in good stead if, goodness gracious, let's hope not, it doesn't happen, but you never know when the next curveball's coming. So this can give us some control over that and some security in the times when we need that, when we need it most. And already very early in my business, I had evidence of that, and I'm so grateful that I had the business at those difficult times. Okay, here's another hand up in your head moments. Put them up if you want. I'm okay with that too. What have you had enough of? Living pay to pay? Are you sick to death of going, oh my God, it's Thursday and I've got to get through to Tuesday and I want to do all this fun stuff, or I need to be able to just pay a bill and I just don't have the income there? Is it the lack of choices? Is it the fact that your credit cards just keep going up every month and you're not quite sure how you're ever going to stop them doing that? Or is it just the fact that you don't have enough time or money to have fun in your life? And I often share this. One of my beautiful first consultants, when she joined the business, we just kept it really simple. Okay, what do you want your first month? She said, I just want, is it all girls on the line? Yeah, you're gonna. She said, I just want some new knickers, Aim. I haven't been able to buy myself new underwear for 4 years. I'm like, right, get it up. We got her some great knickers in the first month. In the second month, we got her a cleaner. We actually got someone to come into her house twice in that month and spring clean her house for her. So whether it be new undies, a cleaner, or $10,000 a month. The reality of it is here in Arbonne, we can actually help you to structure and to build a business that can create that for you. So, you know, whether it starts like this or like this, know that you have the capacity to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve in this business. And most people that I chat with, most people out in the world, at least one of those is really sticking in their neck at the moment. And Arbonne can provide a solution for that. And I'm not in the business of convincing anybody, but what I am able to do is to share my experience and my passion, Arbonne box with a bow on it, and allow people to decide whether or not this might be a solution for them. A little bit about the Arbonne story. So if Arbonne's a fairly new concept to you, if you're brand new to the business, or if you're just considering Arbonne, this is just some highlight points, I guess, about why this business is such a smart one to be a part of. The fact that we have over 35 years now of history. We are a solid global business. We've been around for a long time. We're going to be around for a long time more. And that for me was very important when I stepped into Arbonne. I wanted to stand in front of a banner of a business that I knew had global strength and integrity to it. The fact that we have the most phenomenal products on the planet makes our gig of sharing these products with passion and love so much easier. The fact that we offer extraordinary cutting-edge, results-driven product that are pure and safe, it's like the perfect storm. And this business and these businesses are only successful because people continue to reorder, and people continue to reorder because our products do what they say they're going to do. The fact that we offer a global opportunity is something that, I'll be honest, when I started my business, I couldn't have imagined what that would look like. But now, these years later, the beautiful Christy is online from New Zealand. I have a beautiful team in New Zealand that I'm building over there. And the fact that I can build that from my office here in little old Adelaide with my 2 boys downstairs, that's really cool. And my team in New Zealand, one gorgeous soul, actually Christy's sister-in-law, we were talking about Christy's sister-in-laws before, one gorgeous soul was known to me before. Everybody else I have met through other people, through this medium, through Zoom. How amazing is that? We are in a range of countries now, and there are many more to come. So it may not be that you personally know people in either the UK, Canada, America, Poland, Taiwan, New Zealand, Australia. Did I get them all? I got them all. There's too many now. I've got to remember too many. With many more countries to come. But I promise you know someone that knows someone in those countries. And we are completely borderless. You can have preferred clients and consultants. So you can be building a business in any one of those countries from the comfort of your own home, or really from your mobile phone. That is pretty extraordinary. Our compensation plan is phenomenal, and if you are new to the business or considering the business, the person that has engaged with you can share that with you and answer any questions that you have. And this next one that's on this slide, that is what I'm going to touch on, just the last little bit of this slide, and that is, this is what drove me. The fact that I could build a business that was willable for my family. I very quickly put my head down and my tail up and got to area manager, because I knew that if, God forbid, something happens to me, my boys, my 2 little ones and my 1 very big one, will forevermore be paid the income that I have built from the business that I'm building. Because if something happened to me tomorrow, my beautiful clients would still order, my beautiful consultants would still keep building their businesses, and my family will benefit from that. I don't know any other business. You can build any business you like. It doesn't keep paying you for generations to come. And that was massive to me. That was such a big driver, that I knew that I could work, put my head down, work something. It's not hard work. It's consistent work. It's a business. You got to do something to get it off the ground. I'm not going to blow smoke up your skirt, but what I can tell you is it's never hard work. It's incredibly social. So if you love a chat, you're in the right room, and it allows you to build something that, I always joke that my great-great-grandchildren mightn't meet me, but they'll know who I was, because they'll have a lifestyle that I've helped them create through this beautiful business opportunity. So I think that's pretty amazing. Why Arbonne? Why now? Well, I might be the wrong person to ask, because I think anytime Arbonne's a really good idea. It's particularly extraordinary at this moment in time. There's a whole heap of trends happening in the global marketplace at the moment, and we tick a whole lot of boxes. The first one is we have a consumable product. What does that mean? It means we have a product that runs out. It means we have a product that lasts really well, but it doesn't last forever. So you're not always in our business looking for brand new people. Yes, of course we want newness in our business, but we have these beautiful things called reorders. So when someone falls in love with our product, they can hop online at their own convenience and order additional products or replenish the products that have run out. And we continue to generate an income from that. And I think that is pretty cool. Demand for health and wellness, that's not going anywhere. Our nutrition products, both in Australia and New Zealand, will continue to grow. We've had a brand new product launch only today on the website, which is the #1 selling nutrition product in the US. We now have our hot little hands on. And what that is a protein shake. So rather than a meal replacement shake, it's a protein shake specifically. And what that means is it has less sugars and less of the carbohydrates in our meal replacement shake. So really great for people that are training, that want to add fruit and other things to their smoothies. And our meal replacement shake is awesome just to add water and go if you want to replace a meal. So they're two different products, do different things. Everything we offer is vegan, is pure and safe, doesn't have any artificial sweeteners, doesn't have any artificial colours, doesn't have any yuck junk that doesn't belong in your beautiful body. So the demand for health and wellness, we are in a really enormous, fabulous place and a sweet spot with that. The ability to leverage time, the ability to be able to work when it's convenient for you, the ability to be able to build and support and coach and mentor a team and create duplication, which means that we are all locked arms and working together for the greater good. That's pretty extraordinary. And who wouldn't want an internet-based business? Again, internet, not going anywhere. If anything, it'll take over our lives even more and more as the time goes by. But to be able to share this business, to be able to do it on our phones, on our computers, wherever we are, amazing. The capacity to do that is really extraordinary. So put all of those things together in a network marketing business model and you've got Arbonne and you're in a really great place to build a phenomenal business that will be strong and solid for years to come. And that is very much what we're about. We're about having a lot of people buying a little bit of product to create strength and depth in our businesses. And our coaching allows our new consultants to learn the best way to go about doing that, which is awesome. Common fears and hesitations. This is a really interesting one. Most people have one or all of these going through their head when we're talking about Arbonne. I don't have enough time. Totally get you. That was me. I'll be honest with you. When I started my Arbonne business, my baby had turned 1. My eldest was 4. I'm a married celebrant as well. So I was doing about 50 weddings a year and I was working about 25 hours running someone else's business. I get busy, yeah? I remember when I took the idea of Arbonne to my husband, he was like, babe, you don't have time to scratch yourself. Like, where are you going to find something else? And I'll never forget, I looked him dead in the eye and said, I will make this work for our family. And yes, it will make me busier to start with, but it'll allow us to have more choice. And in that moment, in making that declaration, I sort of put a line, a stick in the sand or whatever they said and went, I'm going to make this work. And yes, when you first take it on, you're slightly busier. But practically and honestly, it's 10 minutes, focus time here and there. It's small blocks of time, 4 or 6 blocks of time within the month will see you start to create some great momentum. And we're pretty good as coaches and mentors. We've all been pretty busy. We're all still pretty busy, so we can help with that. And everything else on this list as well. I don't have enough money. Oh my goodness gracious. That's why you need an Arbonne business in your life. Let us help you find a way to get started in the most cost-effective way. And you can start earning money from the very first time you share product. You don't have to wait till you know everything. You can just get going with your mentor's support. I don't know enough people. I said that and Leanne said, yeah, you do. And if you don't, there's lots of people with skin. We'll go and meet some more people. So, I sort of went, okay, I can do that. And I've met some beautiful people through this business. What will people think? This is my favourite. Because what I've come to understand in life and more importantly with businesses is people aren't thinking about us. They're not. They're worried about what you're thinking about them. They're worried about what they're going to cook for dinner. They're worried about how they're going to pay their light bill. They don't have time to be thinking about you. And if someone is thinking something about me and thinking, oh my goodness, I can't believe she's doing that sort of business. Look, when you want to knock on my door and give me a check every month that pays for my boys, I'm all up for listening. If you've got a better suggestion, I'm hearing you. But they don't have a better suggestion. And sometimes it's actually just them reflecting back onto you. So it isn't about an arrogance. It's just about going, I actually feel really good about what I'm doing. The people I'm working with are beautiful. The products are phenomenal, and it's coming from a really good place. Nothing bad can come from what we're offering for people, nothing at all. So they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about what you're thinking about them. What am I getting into? I tell you what you're getting into. You're getting into a phenomenal business opportunity. You're getting into more fun than you could possibly know what to do with. You're getting into a community of people that genuinely want the best for you. I didn't know that this existed in a work style environment. I genuinely didn't. Tonight's a great example. We band up, we join forces. One of us can't, so the other one steps up. That's why I'm Martine at the bottom of the screen when that's not who I am. We're in it together. So know what you're getting into is something pretty extraordinary that for me, for Vic, for a whole range of us, is the thing that really made the change in our lives. So it's absolutely worth. Doesn't cost anything to try. And it could cost a whole heap to not, I can assure you, time and money as well. So home-based business, I'm in a home-based business. I'm actually never home, which is kind of cool. I'm in coffee shops and people's houses and restaurants and all that sort of stuff. Coffee before 12, champagne after. Is that bad to admit? That's kind of the way I roll. But to be able to work from home, nothing is more attractive for many, many people, and particularly for women that either have families or are considering having families. There's actually nothing better than being able to be at the school gate. If we don't have families, there's nothing better than being able to hang out with our besties or our sister or our mum and dad, whoever's nearest and dearest to us. This business gives us the flexibility to do that. Low startup, low risk, absolutely. You know, at the moment, it has to be said, at the moment in Australia, in New Zealand and globally, it's actually half price to become a consultant at the moment. So it's $52.50 in Australia, and I'm not going to say the New Zealand number because I'll probably get the maths wrong, but it's just a smidge more than that in New Zealand to become an Arbonne consultant. Are you joking? Phenomenal. That gets you your sign up, that gets you your online store, that gets you 10 samples and 10 catalogues. And we will work with individuals then to get them the suite of products they need to be able to get started at the level that they feel most comfortable with. So it's the first time in Arbonne Australia that we've actually had a half price consultant sign up. So if you or anyone you know has been sitting on the fence or thinking about it, hey, no better time than right now to become a part of this beautiful business. Work-life balance, I've covered most of what's on that slide now. You've all heard enough of my voice for the next little while. It gives me enormous pleasure and delight to bring onto the call now. Vic, I'll mute myself and you can unmute you.
Yep.
The beautiful Victoria Mollison from Port Lincoln in South Australia. Vic is also part of Leanne's business. Victoria is actually a regional vice president based in Port Lincoln, which for those of you who don't know is a fabulous little town. Fishing town, I guess you'd almost say, with lots of people, but a little isolated from Adelaide. So I love. Vic and I've never shared a presentation before. So welcome, Vic. Work your magic. Talk about these gorgeous products.
All right. Thanks, Amy. Welcome, everyone. Yes, as Amy said, I am in a smaller town, Port Lincoln. We've got about 14,000 people here, but we are quite isolated. We're about 7 hours drive from Adelaide, half an hour flight, but a very expensive flight. So, yeah, not too many people go out of their way to come and see us because, yeah, we are a little bit out of the way and not on the way to anything either. So, yeah, so I have got my business based in and the first to bring it over here about 7 years ago. And how I fell over Arbonne was through my sister-in-law, Leanne, beautiful girl. And she sent me a baby range when I went back and had my third son 7 years ago. And I hadn't actually heard of Arbonne before. And but what attracted me to it was the pure and safe, especially having a newborn. And being able to use that on him straight away without any worries. And I just instantly fell in love with the product. Now, I had a bit of a history myself of being really self-conscious of my own skin and also finding a product that my skin felt comfortable with. So I had spent years and years and years of swapping and changing, products, you know, going from the all natural to the salon-based products where it, cost me a fortune, and never really found anything that felt quite right and comfortable. So when I had the opportunity to try it, I just loved it, absolutely loved it. One, because it had that balance of me getting the results, but also having that safe and botanically based ingredients. So not too many products out there that have both. I think there's one or the other. So you can have the all natural but don't really get the results. Or you have the formulations that do have the extra sort of science and ingredients that we don't really like on our skin that rave about the results that they get. So the product that we have has a huge advantage, and that is having that combination. And you know what? Arbonne's been doing it for 35 years, and it's only really getting probably more trendy, and people are more, I suppose, conscious of this sort of thing and what they're putting on their skin. So fell in love with the product, had no problems with it that I'd previously had, like with, irritated eyes, really oily skin, not good enough coverage with cosmetics without feeling like I had mud slapped on my face. So instantly just loved it and raved about the product. So along came, I suppose, a business opportunity, and it was a perfect time for me because I was at home, new baby, so I could dabble in it a little bit while I wasn't at work. And my before having Ollie, I was teaching full time. So Christy, being a teacher, how much work that is and how much out of school hours you do spend on planning and marking and that sort of thing. So for me, it was a way to, I suppose, stay at home and not go back as many hours. So go back only part-time and be able to stay part-time until now. So Ollie's 7 now. Normally I would be back there full-time. So Arbonne's been able to give me that opportunity to have that income supplementing my teaching income. And so I've actually been able to be home with him, before he started kindy and school, as a mum, but also be really involved in his schooling as a parent. So, normally I'd be full-time with a class and looking after everyone else's kids and not my own. So it's been wonderful to be able to do that. And my older 2 boys are extremely busy as well. So they keep me busy running them around with sport and all sorts. So like Amy, totally outnumbered with boys, and we all know what that's like. So it keeps us very, very busy. So that's my story, and I think, and why I've stuck with it too. And really that's all it is. I have just stuck with it and not given up. I've just stuck with it, and it happens as the success comes, as long as you believe in the product. And the product is incredible. So as you've probably already read on the slide, we have all that fantastic formulations without all the additives that a lot more people are conscious of, but also the science behind it, with that Swiss heritage. So in the forefront of other products and their formulations always. So we have a lot of certainty with our products. Can you put it onto the next slide for me, please, Amy? Thanks, darling. So the beauty of Arbonne too is that we do have a huge range of products, all of them botanically based, pure, safe and beneficial and results driven. So something that will suit everyone in your family. So when we're introducing Arbonne to clients, we're not asking them to buy something that isn't normally in their house. We are offering a product that we can educate, on the advantages of swapping over from what they're already using to Arbonne. So, and a lot of, the reasons behind them converting to Arbonne, of course, is the safety aspect, but also the results that they get, and just being able to use, safe, results-driven product from head to toe. So we're covered. My kids are covered. We've got sunscreen, we've got hair care products, skin care, men's range, cosmetics, body products, everything's there. So, there's something there for everyone. Not everyone may be into cosmetics, but, there's always something else, down to even toothpaste and deodorant. So, last year, our amazing Genius Ultra device was released, 3 years in the making to perfect the technology. It has pretty much just, I suppose, made us a bit of a game changer. It's a game changer for us. We're again ahead in the market with something that everyone else doesn't have, and it actually is improving the results that we're getting from our products. It's enhancing the application process, which is giving us even better results than what we've already had from our incredible products. It's a convenient, stylish device too, so it's easy to take with you, and very lightweight and convenient. So a lot of consultants have sent in before and after shots with this product, and just some of the pictures that are coming through, 3 clients as well, are absolutely incredible. So if you haven't got your hands on one of these, get one. Absolutely brilliant. So our core line is our RE9 Advance anti-aging system, and all of us consultants are very certain of our product and how amazing it is. But our beautiful CEO, Kay Napier, she went out on a limb for us and actually initiated an independent clinical trial to test our core range against other brands, which is a first. Most companies have only tested from their previous lines of products and baseline results. So we tested 3 of our core range, our day cream, our intensive renewal serum and eye cream, and all of them came on top in several categories against the #1 department store brand in the US, and also the leading marketing brand as well. So pretty much just gave us that backing that, we already knew how amazing it is, but it's wonderful to have that to share with our clients and new consultants that are looking for that certainty as well. When you've been in the business for a while, your certainty is just, unshakable, because you see the results and you experience the results. So, we have a pretty amazing product. So not only do we have the skincare and the clean and green formulations on the outside, but we also now have our nutritional range, which Arbonne's really been introducing new products for us in Australia and now in New Zealand as well. So this is just opening up the market to us hugely, and of course the health and wellness industry in Australia is massive. So it's wonderful that we do have these products to share and be in the forefront of that market. So our products are certified vegan and don't have all the artificial additives, as Amy had mentioned before. So we are actually probably at the head of the game with most of the other well-known nutritional products in that regard as well, and always looking to improve, which is fantastic. With our nutritional products, we also have an amazing 30-day to healthy living program. Arbonne provides a fantastic guide to help clients with meal suggestions and shake recipes and just that holistic approach to health and well-being. But our own community also provides an incredible online program to support anyone that's using our nutritional products, which includes meal recipes, weekly plans, shopping lists, exercise regimes, all sorts, and just lots of tips and online communities to support each other. So very exciting time in Arbonne with our nutritional range. Thanks, Amy. So how we get the products out there, as you probably already know, we aren't on the shelf, and it is through our clients experience the product first, which is, I suppose, one of our passions, in that we love that our clients get to try before they buy it. And before Arbonne, I don't know how many products I tried and end up in the back of the cupboard, and then I try something else, and the amount of money that you spend and you don't actually get what is right for you. So it's wonderful that our clients can experience first, and we do have that 45 money back guarantee. So if things aren't quite right, they've got a chance to exchange or just get a little bit of help from their consultant. We have everything scripted. The tools that we have, like what we're using tonight for our Discover Arbonne presentation, we have all of that there for new consultants. And you're never on your own. You're always doing it alongside your upline until you're comfortable to do it on your own as well. It's all scripted. We have all the documents and the invitations and everything that you need to feel comfortable and confident in sharing our product. It's fun. I know that all my clients enjoy any of the events that we put on, whether it be a skincare experience, a cosmetic master class, a sea-source foot pampering. We've got so much to offer in so many different ways, and that's another beauty of our experiences is, if you've got a client that's tried the skincare, you can always get them back to try something else as well. So through that initial contact with our clients, we also continue on with our relationship with them, just keeping in touch. But we also can give them that independence to order online, which is going with today's trends, people loving that independence and being able to order online, but also having us to help them along the way. All right, so there's a few different ways that a new Arbonne client can join. As a host, there are so many advantages of hosting a presentation, getting 50 to 80% off products, getting that educational experience and the chance to try as well before they purchase. Always lots of fun. I have lots of clients that host repeatedly, so they do get that discount on their products. We also have an amazing preferred client program where clients have the opportunity to have a 20% discount off their products, and lots of rewards for their orders as well, which continues on with free shipping and further discounts on their orders. And then, of course, becoming independent consultants. So as Amy mentioned, a lot cheaper at the moment to join up. How amazing to start a business. You're getting straight away that discount on product for your own family as well. But as you are sharing your love of the product to your social circles, you can earn money along the side of what you're already doing. We also, as you build your business a little bit further, we have the Mercedes-Benz cash bonus program, and lots of cash bonuses at every level as well. Massive part of Arbonne is the personal growth and development. We have an amazing community that support each other. As you can see tonight, Amy stepped in for Martine when she couldn't make it, and I know there's a couple of people stepping in another event tonight, just because someone's not quite well. So we're always there for each other, no matter how far away we are from each other as well. So you girls over in New Zealand, you know, you're right. We're right there for you whenever you need it, even though you may feel like you're far away. So yeah, beauty of Arbonne is that we are a close-knit community, even though we can be global. So thank you, Amy. Back over to you.
Thank you, darling Vic. Thank you so much for sharing your integrity and your certainty and your passion. I could listen to you talk all night. You're so true to who you are. And I guess, you know, Vic and I are a really good example of what this screen talks about, and that is I'm much more, probably noticed, I'm much more rah, 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 whereas Vic's very calm and very centered. And we both found our place in this business. So what really links the people that are part of this business, it's quite simply, in my opinion, it's having a big heart and it's wanting to help others. That's really at the core of who we are. And we all do that in our different way. And what I loved most really about when I first joined this business was that there was a system that I could learn, that I had mentors that would teach me that would give me the freedom to be myself. Because I didn't have to make things up as I went along. I could just step into what had come before and I could find my own groove in it. And really one of the things that Arbonne has allowed me to do is to really discover what are my gifts, what are my passions, what am I absolutely the most focused on in my life, and where do I want to spend my time and put my energy. And Arbonne has really allowed me to do that. And everybody comes to this from a different background. We're all different ages and shapes and sizes, and we've had different, you know, lots of teachers and nurses and professional dancers and you name it. We're from all walks of life, but we come together in this business, and what it allows us to do is to use our passions and funnel that somewhere. And Arbonne gives us, and has certainly given me, the vehicle to be able to help people in a way that I wouldn't have been able to do without this business structure. And that really is what gets me going about this business, is we can truly be ourselves within it, that you don't have to be anybody but the best version of you. And this business, and I'm surrounded by women I know that would say the same thing, it's made me a better daughter, it's made me a better wife, a better mum, a better friend, a better sister, because I love what I do. And when we love what we do and we're surrounded by people that love what they do, it's actually, the world's a pretty beautiful place. There's actually not much to complain about, if I'm honest. And it is about the gift. So what is it for you? Is it teaching? Is it service? Do you love to encourage others? Do you love to help people? Are you really system focused? I've got a couple of girls in my team that I would be lost without, because I get a bit full steam ahead, I guess you might say. And sometimes I'm a bit like, I don't want to deal with the detail. I just want to get stuff out there. And I've got beautiful girls in my team that'll go, or I do it, we do it for each other. You kind of forgot to put where that event was. You know, it's nice to invite people, where do they need to go? So we use our skills and our talents and we back each other up, and we learn so much from each other. So, you know, Peter Mork is the gentleman down the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and he is the founder of Arbonne. He is the founding father of what it is that we do, and he's no longer of this earth, but his beautiful son, Stian, is still our general manager, which is amazing to still have that family connection. And what he said there is, when I dreamt of Arbonne, I wanted it to become a place where people could flourish. And I get goosebumps when I hear that, because that's what I see. You see people coming into themselves and being more confident in themselves and doing things they never imagined that they would do. And I love to see that. I love to see that. Entrepreneurial women on the rise. There's a range of things there, but more and more now I think women, and I just had a great bloke join my team, so I'm all about the guys as well. Don't tell my husband, not that way. I like him, not other boys, but I'm all about boys being in our team as well. But predominantly our teams are made up by women. And there's a range of reasons for that. I think as women, we we in the world sometimes don't necessarily feel as appreciated or as valued as we might like to. And whether that be from our family or from our workplace or from our friendship groups, sometimes it can feel like what we're doing is just being a bit taken advantage of. And what Arbonne really offers is an environment where you are noticed, you are valued, you are understood and recognised for you, the amazing you that you are. In Australia, and I have no doubt New Zealand as well, but it's certainly, you know, this part of the world is really recognised as a pretty extraordinary place to be a female entrepreneur. And I never saw myself that way, but I guess now that's kind of what I am. You know, I'm making my own way in the world, and no one pays me. I go out there and I generate my own business, and that's, you know, that's pretty exciting. And to reach their full earning potential, the fact that there's no cap on what can be earned in Arbonne. I know one of my greatest frustrations in my career previously was, you know, I'd be working alongside of everybody and the business that I'd be managing would be bigger than the business this bloke was managing, but because he was a bloke and because he was 15 years older than me, he just automatically earned more money. It really annoyed me. Really annoyed me because he had more experience. So what? You know, I'm doing the same gig. No one's doing that to us in Arbonne, and I think I just did a snap. Did you know that was? I've never done one of those before. I just got my Beyonce on, but that's pretty cool. You know, it's pretty cool. Marina, we've never met before, and she's thinking this girl is a loony. But you know, that's pretty great. It's pretty great to be paid what you're worth and recognised for what you give. And we're all about the celebration. Oh my goodness, we celebrate everything in this business. We do happy dances for very simple things. There's 4 levels of management in our business, and we will celebrate every step along the way for each and every one of our team members. So that's pretty great. Building your own successful consultancy. You know, Vic mentioned that before, and Vic is very humble. Vic's driving one of those white Mercedes, I just want to say. Our humble little teacher from Port Langton who won't toot her own horn, so I'll toot it for her. That's pretty extraordinary. So there's lots of success and there's lots of great things happening. And the car wasn't the driver for me, but no one's going to complain with a brand new white Mercedes. So dreaming big, I'm incredibly passionate about encouraging people to do just that. To think beyond what's happening in your sphere at the moment, to know this is actually a safe place to want to achieve big things. And no one's ever going to give you the, you can't do that. We're going to go, yeah, you can do that. Let's link arms and do it together. And that's pretty cool. So you are where you are today because of the choices you made yesterday. I was listening to something the other day and it suggested that we've all created the reality we're living in. And sometimes we don't want to hear that because we might be that happy of the reality we're living in. So I didn't do a very good job of that creation. So you got a chance to create something new in this amazing business. And instead of asking yourself, well, that's great that it worked for her and it's worked for her, rather than doubting that, just give yourself just a little moment in time and go, what if it does? What if this is the thing that I've been looking for? What if this is the thing that will give me the freedom and the choices that I'm looking for? What if? And Vic and I don't even have to tell you twice, we're pretty certain and pretty passionate about that this was the thing that made a massive difference for us. And that's why we're so passionate about sharing it with anyone that wants to listen. So what if you said yes? And what if your future started today? So I want to say a massive thank you to all of you that have jumped on live tonight. I know timing-wise with families, even in different time zones, it can be tricky and you've got other stuff you could be doing. So I'm stoked that you are on the line with us tonight. I'm going to stop the recording now, but Vic and I will stay on and unmute and you can answer any questions. So for anyone that's watching this recording, should you have any questions or want some more information, please go back to the person that sent this to you and don't ever hesitate to reach out to any one of us because we're all here to share, even if it's a lot, you know, standing alongside one of our sister lines. That's what we're here for. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening, depending if you're watching this now or later. I'm going to stop the share and then I'm going to